Down deep in the South, there is a culture, a tradition. That culture and tradition is called sports. See, around here, people take that real serious. It is so serious to the point that it's called camaraderie, rivalries. Out in Texas, an incident occurred during a sporting event. Anthony, Metcalf, two opposing teams. One boy stabbed the other boy.
Tonight, tensions boiling over outside the courthouse as a teen's murder trial begins in North Texas. The racially charged trial drawing crowds outside.
And now we got a trial. Texas, my friends, is in the South. And all Texans know what I meant when I said the camaraderie and rivalries. But here's my take on the Anthony case and why that trial should already be over.
What's up, kinfolk? Good.
I base my opinion off of a compare and contrast between what we saw with Trayvon Martin in 2012 to what we see today with Karmelo Anthony. The location of these two events derive from the same situation. That is trouble. Trayvon Martin, according to the report, had got in trouble at school and found himself visiting his father out in Twin Lakes, where he was stalked and killed. Anthony ran into trouble when he sought refuge under a tent due to, as the report said, a thunderstorm. So no thunderstorm, no tent, no Anthony Metcalf. No Anthony Metcalf, no trial. Was Anthony a troubled youth? Was he out acting aggressively?
Prosecutors calling Anthony's actions unjustified, provoked murder, alleging he goaded Metcalf into pushing him, then killed him.
Okay, well, let's look back at Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was stalked by George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman was told to not pursue, but yet he did. He shot Trayvon Martin, and when asked why he did so, all of these questions about how he feared for his life, about how Trayvon Martin was some type of MMA class fighter or whatever. George Zimmerman felt the threat and he stood his ground. Okay, let's look at Anthony. A thunderstorm has chased this little boy up under a tent. While under the tent, he is approached by another kid from a rival team. Remember, we talked about rivalries. From a rival team who's much bigger and stronger.
The defense argues Anthony acted in self-defense when Metcalf made physical contact first.
According to a report, a testimony from another kid who was there, it said this: Anthony walked up and he dabbed somebody up. Austin was basically telling him he can't be under the tent. Anthony told him that if you touch me, see what's going to happen. The kid that was giving the testimony, the witness, said that Anthony was fidgeting in a bag, and you could tell that he was fishing. But what did the kid also say? Even though everybody around saw that Anthony was searching for something. The Metcalf kid reached and grabbed Anthony and tried to remove him physically from that tent.
19-year-old Karmelo Anthony pleading not guilty to murder after fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the chest.
In my opinion, that little Anthony boy was scared. He feared for his life, just like Zimmerman in the Trayvon Martin case. What did the law say? What did the court of public opinion say? What were people saying about the George Zimmerman Trayvon Martin case? George Zimmerman was outmanned. He feared for his life. He has a right to self-defense, and he was standing his ground. These are the same thing that has occurred on that day of that track meet out in Texas. Anthony feared for his life because that kid was bigger, that kid was stronger, and he was under a rival team's tent. I don't think that kid knew what was going to happen. The other thing is that Anthony gave clear warning. He told the kid, "Touch me and watch what happened." The kid forced himself on Anthony, causing Anthony to defend himself. But now the greater question is, where are all of these people talking about self-defense and stand your ground now? You have a bunch of racist individuals who only see the law in terms of due process, equal protection, only when it benefits them.
The prosecution says the case has nothing to do with race. But the trial now sparking backlash. The pool of 12 jurors and 6 alternates is made up of 5 women of color and 13 white men and women. There are no black jurors.
Y'all need to let that boy go home.